Well, we're back and welcome. Yeah. So last time we went ahead and we were working on we did the first dungeon, Sastasha. Now he's got a new quest for us from the Sister Guild in Gridania. If you might be interested, then we'll go over to Mother Mion in Gridania. Sounds like a plan. And we can go faster because we can just go back to the lavender beds. Yes, I usually save those suckers. Especially later when teleports can be like 99 or 999 gold to do. I like to save it for those. So we'll go over here. Come to the teleport. Amethyst Shallows. And we'll leave the residential district. It's going to drop us off over in Old Gridania. It's all well and good, but we can just come over here. I do like this system because it cuts down on the mindless running around inside a city that a lot of MMOs have to do. Which is not really a lot of fun. Okay. And here we have Mother Meal. Well, she's happy to see us. There's a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details. Okay. Bullord, huh? You must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report we have a volunteer at last. He's got a mask attached to his hat. The God's Quiver. It says beneath the central shroud there lies an underground burial site called Tam-Tara Deepcroft. The place was once a Galmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been skulking about the Deepcroft with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamund, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Last, the calamity decimated our ranks, and limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. The birdmen have grown restless of late, and I fear a storm may be brewing. In anticipation of this, I have been compelled to spread our forces throughout the Twelveswood, lest we be taken unawares. The situation so being, we must turn to others to deal with the Lambs of Dalamund. Can we rely on you to undertake this task? Yep. Once you've seen your preparations, make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard post at the entrance. He will appraise you of the latest developments. just got out of one place and we're ready to dive into the next. Just talking about shafts. That sounds so horrible. What? Okay. Archer level 20. Just talking about shafts. Oh, I do love the horrible jokes. Okay, so it's not that far. It's a little jog, but nothing that's going to keep us a problem. So usually, if you start over in Gridania, you'll probably pass this place a couple of times on the way. Heck, I think I've even passed this place a couple of times. Somebody is using the snowman mount. Okay. But this is where you gather cotton, right in here. This is the cotton gathering spot. When you continue down into South Shroud, that's where you get some of the other stuff, like the, I want to say the walnut lumber and silver ore. Well, that was a little freaky, seeing the person with wings. Where does one even get wings? What is that? Oh, that's one of the things that you can buy for real money for the game to make your character look the way you want. Oh, there's Dolores Bear, Hamanafa, and Kikina that we met back at the end of the last place. I don't know who these people are. Elion. One misstep and there won't be any. Childish curiosity prompted me to commit the most elementary of blunders. Not for the fruit that Elion found, my adventures may well have ended at this foreboding place. Always look before you leap. In my haste, this most fundamental rule of adventuring slipped my mind. Let's see what they have to say. They will give us better sport. Hate mausoleums. It's not right to disturb the dead in their slumber. As you can see, magic bones wandering around here. Oh, really? Are you sure you want to mess with me? That's what I thought. You are not powerful enough to fuck with me. But the Bow Lord has already informed you. Enter the Deepcroft and purge it of the Lambs of Dalamon. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the Calamity at the end of the 6th Aetherial Era. The cult took the lesser moon, Dalamon, for their god, believing it would deliver them from the devastation. So they were rather disappointed when Dalamon exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it only served to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. Lambs of Dalamon are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and it is now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is that's going in the Deepcroft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. So, Duty Finder. Ooh, I can do the leveling Duty Finder now. Well, we're going to go to Deepcroft and join. But since we're waiting, and we will have cutscenes. Oh. I'm going to do something in the meantime. Don't need either of those. One of the benefits is that if you need to be in a specific place for something, it tends to teleport you back, which isn't a bad thing. Boop, 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 boop. What do we got? Ooh, character configuration. Filters. Okay, let's see. General filters. Making sure that I got stuff off. Oh yeah, whatever. Double check some things later. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. Oh, beast sinew. No, I actually need some antelope horns. So in the interest of getting what we need. No. Don't care about you. We'll switch over to this though. So it's kind of funny in here, in this area, because not everything is in this. So as you saw, the... Okay, there's another doe. This one's a little bit more dangerous, but okay. Do 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 do. Ooh, I got lucid dreaming. Gradually restores my MP. I'm gonna kind of move that over there. Got an antelope shank. Oh, I'm gonna run out of MB. 0 MB. Okay. Then you have the scarred antelope. Don't mess with him unless you're ready. That little special thing on him is no joke right there. Oh, some more antelope shanks. Looks like stuff to sell. This area actually has a lot of interesting stuff going on in it. Well, we won't get there until a little bit later. More beast sinew. I'm not fucking with you. I know better. Okay. Get this guy. Doesn't look like I'm going to get what I want. Which is disappointing, but not altogether unexpected. Let's see if I can find one. We don't want to go further south because then that actually gets fairly scary. A disorderly adventure. You can see you got the smith up there, so there's another dungeon up that way. We're not ready for that for the story. The story will send us there. Oop. That was a moment too late. Kedrap leaves are used for a couple of different things. Then we come through here. Hey, you see, there's a nice little outpost over here. Also gotta watch out because there's dangerous people in this woods. I like the little lanterns that are by the side. There's some wood that can be gathered over here. There it is. That's what I was hoping for. Because you're not really going to get the antelope horns from the females. You got to get it from the males. But I still get beast sinew. Of course I do. I just want 2 of them. That's all I ask. Okay. So we're over here. Got a bunch of other quests that are just hanging around over here. We're gonna come. I'm not sure if I want to do your quest though. Well, I do, but at the same time, I'm gonna burn through a lot of EXP this way. You can see you got people here over here of all different walks. And a couple of people that are dead. There is a story about that. Brush with death. Your resolve has deserted you, or you are unable to perform actions that would result in your death. But there is a aetheryte right here. So we're gonna attune to the aetheryte while we're hanging out over here. Got Pegasus over here with a surprised Pikachu on it. And how about that mount? That's a nifty looking one. Julienbert. Chocobo keep? No, we don't need a Chocobo Porter at the moment. Oh, arms bender. I can use one of them. Now up here, which we can't see at the moment, up here there's actually a fortress of bad guys. And there's 3 different ones of these fates that show up in this area that go one right after another. It's actually a lot of fun. Difficult to find people to do it with, but it is fun. Beast sinew. Oh, hey, we at least have the 2 DPS. Sweet. Let's kill this thing first. And we got an antelope horn. We got at least one of them. So now there's little imps in here. Weird glowing orb. And my group. So depending on how we do, yeah, they're going to do that. That's okay. Yep, they're gonna do the pull as much as possible. Yep. We got people that haven't played yet, or pretty low level, or brand new, so I was gonna make a joke about my fire healing. And here we go. We got one of the two imps are called grave diggers, and then we got the main guy who's one of the Dalaman priests, who, when he dies, anytime the Dalaman priest dies, it calls up one of these void soul counters. I suppose in the future I should figure out how to get rid of the names above people, just in case they don't really want to be known. But that is a problem for future Edric. Time to burn all the things. It's a pity burning all the things takes so much mana. Oh my goodness. That's one of those things that he wouldn't have had in that first dungeon, that helps out a lot with keeping threat. That ability to hit all the people around him is a huge threat. It's basically a threat generation machine. They actually do more damage now than they used to. It used to be a matter of when running the tank route actually didn't do a whole lot of damage. You know, if you were in tank stance, you weren't doing as much damage as, say, anybody else, really. There was a percentage damage drop. But with the last expansion, they decided that wasn't needed anymore. But they upped the damage of some of the other specials for everybody else, like the casters and everything. So even though they're doing more damage, they're not doing a ton of damage. Ooh, I want that. Ooh, I got the earrings. It's gonna say interrupted because they went around the corner. Fireballs! All the fireballs. This is kind of the thought process now whenever I think of fireballs from Dungeons & Dragons. The Fire 2 animation's kind of what I'm thinking about now. And this is kind of like the new my new mental image of Ice Storm right here. Although, admittedly, Ice Storm doesn't need to be centered on the caster. Later on, there's another spell which doesn't need to be centered on the caster that does the same thing. It's pretty nice. And it's a little more effective. So. Nope. What I find is usually good for my purposes. It gives you the list of all the enemies that you've hit over here on the side. And as long as I'm hitting the one that has the most health with my area of attack spells, I can generally keep everything nice. Because if the spell ends and I don't have a target, then that's a problem. Okay, so he's going in here. I already know where he's going. Because it won't let you actually open that. It says you need something special. And you need that cultist rosary that's in here. Yeah, if I tried to do my fire spell, then I wouldn't actually catch that varlet over here. So even though ice spells generally don't do as much damage, it was the best option for what I had. So now we're going to break this barrier, and now we got 2 more orbs over here. Oh. Oh well. And then we have Octavel the Unforgiving. And there's the Void Soul counter. Burn him down. Swap over to this. Come on. You can die. And then we get the cultist orbs. Which breaks the barrier and raises up those right there. That comes down. And we have Galvanth the Dominator, who is clearly not an Illithid. Got Foe Striker's Tabard, which doesn't really do us much, but we'll greed on it anyway. Now, I kind of like it because it reminds me of back in Final Fantasy, the original Final Fantasy, when you fought the wizards, and the wizards all looked like, they looked exactly like that. They looked like weird squid people. Okay, one of the big mechanics on this particular fight is that periodically throughout the fight, he will summon up these little imps, and while the imps are up, he cannot be damaged. So it's in your best interest to burn those down really quick. And he actually casts a water spell. You don't see a lot of water spells in this game. So it's kind of nice to see a water spell in here. So one of the other two guys... So the other guy that's doing damage is a summoner, while our healer is actually one of the scholars. So both of them have pets that do stuff even while they're casting. And we've defeated Galvanth the Destroyer. So we'll greed there. Yeah, we'll greed on the Gizarm. I don't need it. But we did get the one that we wanted. Did it not put it in there? Did we not get it? Oh, bummer. So we've completed that, and now it wants us to report back to Mion. So things have run a little bit late on this video, so I will come over here and when we start up the next one, I will be back in Gridania. So have a good day.